to episode 2 of the Auto Chronicles.
Yes, sir.
Here with my boy Will,
What's up, guys?
and I'm Daniel.
And the man. And what we got going on today is a little bit more interesting stuff going on, I believe. We wanted to kind of go over a lot of things we like to talk about, just basic car stuff, and throw in a little, a little bit about what we got going on, um, and another call culture highlight. And yeah, we'll jump right into it. Um, I know some of the things we wanted to mention was new vehicles or new models coming into the market? Is it just the U.S. market, or are you thinking worldwide market? Because
Just US. I mean,
just
we're
U.S.
you
Yeah,
know we're US based. Just
for
keep it
sure,
simple.
absolutely. Um, yeah, there's a lot of new things coming out in the U.S. market.
Yeah.
What
So some of the ones, I mean, like I showed you the other day, the new Santa Fe.
Santa Fe? That's
Yeah, the
the
Hyundai Santa
Hyundai.
Fe,
Yeah, yeah,
little discovery looking thing.
yeah. Square body.
They're finally hitting with something.
Yeah.
Occasionally, Hyundai drops something sweet, right? The
Mm,
Tellurides or the no, that's Kia Telluride, Hyundai Palisade,
yeah.
right? Same car,
I get them
but
confused too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then the that Kia Carnival, the van,
Yeah.
right?
The
Or they
Carnival. Ooh.
put you on some game. The Kia K900, that's the 5 liter V8.
That's just
It's a
their
Hyundai Genesis.
rally. No,
No, no,
no.
no.
Okay, okay.
It's a sedan. It's a big body luxury sedan.
900.
K900. It's a rear wheel drive 5 liter V8.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
It's the Hyundai Genesis sedans, but in a Kia, right?
Okay. Dang.
It was before the Stinger, and
Yeah.
sadly, if the Stinger would have had a V8, bro, I would probably have a Stinger right now.
Stingers are a very dope car. Whenever I see them, they catch my eyes.
Yeah, they're good looking, but my thing is, you can only promote so much with a turbo right now,
Hmm.
because I mean the market's still changing, right? Everybody's going to it, but
Yeah, yeah. Smaller engines, bigger turbo. Yeah.
guys looking for performance cars aren't going to a
Yeah.
you know to a V6 turbo that much. They're still sticking with your CTSVs or your Mustangs, Camaros, things like that. I'm big. I gotta have 4 doors.
Same four
There's no
doors,
way.
more
Yeah,
horse. Gotta say it.
yeah.
But yeah, especially since we have kids, can't do a coupe.
Well, I mean, even then, even if I didn't have my daughter, it's still one of those
Yeah.
things. You want to go out with friends. What do you get?
Yeah. True.
I'm not gonna turn down driving my
Yeah.
fun car,
Yeah.
if you will, just because it's a 2 door.
Yeah.
I want to be able to drive it and enjoy it everywhere.
No, for sure.
You know.
Um, and that's something I've noticed. I've jotted it down. A couple new models coming out, mainly 2024, 2025 production.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Yeah, and all of them are opting for, bigger vehicles and just being like electric, right? So,
Yeah.
a few that I kind of were interested in, not really interested in, but thought it was interesting.
Mhm.
Cadillac, they're coming out with two EVs.
Have you seen the Cadillac Lyric?
That's one I was going to talk about. Yeah,
Bro,
absolutely.
I was going. I think I took my wife to TJ Maxx or something,
Uh-huh.
and we're pulling up in the parking lot. We park, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a Cadillac Lyric, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like tripping. I'm like, "What?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that before,
was
bro." I'm not playing. I'm not big on the EV game.
yeah.
I'm not.
No, I hear it.
I
I
mean,
hear it.
like a Model S, sure, is Model S Plaid, blah 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 blah. But that Lyric, bro, that's the first EV that I
Really?
actually look at and go, "Oh, that
Hmm.
looks badass, bro."
Well, that's interesting because I had kind of the exact opposite reaction when I seen it, and this is only off pictures. I didn't get to experience it like you did, but I first off the name, it doesn't really fit with I feel like the Cadillac brand, right?
Yeah,
They've
I
always,
see your point, but you do have to kind of respect the rebranding, if you
hmm
will, because I mean they're probably going through a rebrand because their identity does not suit EV
hmm
vehicles.
yeah, I
You
feel it.
know, kind of like Lincoln did. Lincoln had the MKS, the MKX, the MKZ, and it's washed. It's washed down, freaking watered down, not
Yeah,
washed down, but it's washed up looking. Nobody knows what that is. Nobody knows. If I say I have an MKS, oh yeah, you've got the little sedan hybrid. No, it it's confusing to the
yeah,
average consumer. So I mean, Cadillac's kind of in the same CT4,
mm,
CT5.
yeah.
They're making a mistake with
I
that,
get
I
that.
think.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
see what you mean.
and
Absolutely.
so I think them giving actual names similar to what Lincoln did over the last 10 years, going Navigator, Aviator,
Hmm
Continental, getting back to actual names of cars.
Yeah.
BMW, that's been their main line. It
It's
makes sense.
absolutely, me being a BMW guy, I get the decoding
Mhm.
part of it, right? Um,
Even though it used to actually mean something.
it still
Here's
does.
here's a rant for you.
What? Let
Bullshit.
me hear what you're talking about.
So it used to be if you had a 328i.
Mhm.
Why was it a 328i?
Well, the 3 stands for the body type, right?
Yeah, the size, the
Small,
3
yeah,
series, right?
exactly. And then the 28 goes for the engine size, right? 2.8
2.8
liter,
liter
right?
inline six, right?
And the I also, or the ending depicts or decodes the drivetrain of the vehicle.
Yeah, yeah.
So I is like normal rear wheel. There's XI, which is
But
all wheel.
nowadays they don't mean that. Back in the day, E55 AMG
Uh-huh.
was a 5.5 liter.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, we know somebody who just bought an E63S, right?
It's not a
It's not a 6.3
6.3.
liter.
The,
And it just it waters down your brand because
mm-hmm.
that's what deciphered your models. And I think they did that because they realized they're going to have to make engines smaller and smaller and smaller. Lower numbers makes it sound like it's lower class, right?
Yeah.
But oh yeah, let me go buy the 520i or let me go buy the 318.
Ew.
Like what?
Ew.
Or
Gross.
let me buy the 730 Li.
You're
Like no,
picking prime examples that I would never recommend for anyone. Like you're right. It makes no sense nowadays. They had a great thing going and then watered it down. So,
it made sense. It was you could decipher a vehicle by driving
hmm
down the road.
yeah. So I definitely okay. Now I changed my opinion. I can respect the fact that Cadillac's going down this route, naming cars actual
Yeah, and
names.
the name might not be great.
Yeah,
I'm not
lyric.
gonna lie. Lyric is
Yeah,
like
and for a luxury brand, it could have been.
it would have to be synonymous with music. It would
Yeah,
have to have like certain
musical.
things to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
the Cadillac Lyric doesn't fit their brand name. Go back to the Spanish style
hmm
words, right? The El Dorado, the
Ooh, I love
you
that
know
era. I loved
the
it. Yeah,
DeVilles and all.
yeah, yeah.
I mean DeVille's obviously not
But
but
yeah,
get back to that kind of idea,
yeah.
and that would make sense instead with Lyric. What?
Let's
What?
let's make car names great again.
Where's your red hat, bro?
I didn't bring it today. I got a black one today though.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
This is my boy's brand. Born to Hustle. I've always been a hustler. I just love the brand. Always support your homies.
Yeah,
Um,
bring it on.
so
I
I
mean,
c-
we
yeah.
we had a conversation. I'm gonna bring up our
Yeah, go
conversation
ahead.
earlier. Retirement cars. If you
Dude,
were 70 years old right now, what would be your retirement car?
yeah. And I was kind of stuck for a second, thinking something along because I'm a Cadillac BMW guy, so that's what I'm going for. But you brought up a great point. Being an older gentleman, your mind is not entirely there. You're not really looking to do too much. You want to get in the car and go, right?
Yeah,
So I picked, an E38 7 Series, but a Cadillac like this, I might be down for, especially since we grew up in a technological age. It shouldn't be too hard to get used to the new technology.
yeah.
Um,
See, I think for myself, just a town car with a Coyote swap, like a 2011 town
ooh,
car. I think that would be the way to go because you're not figuring out buttons. Or, your car's not going to go into limp home mode for whatever reason.
man,
And you kind of have the freedom of really making it yours without having to do all that crazy. Oh, well, I need to turn off my auto start stop. Let me go
yeah,
through 5 menus and turn it off every time I get in the car. I can just get in to
go,
my big body
yeah,
2011 town car
comfortable,
and mob that bitch down the
exactly.
road.
Just get going,
Yeah.
Got your
Oh, hey.
slaps going, you're
Yeah.
knocking and
Me,
rolling.
me and my wife got to pick up our grandkids. Okay, there's four of them. Great. Get in my damn town car.
Be the coolest grandpa
Hell
pulling
yeah.
up. And,
That's one thing I
yeah,
think that's kind of changed in the market too. A lot of these new cars, like the Explorer, right? The max seating you can get in the new Explorer is 7, right? Whereas up until 2011, a town car seats 6, and
oh, in the
it's
front, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah.
got
Three,
3 in the front, 3 in the back. Why? I mean, I know everybody likes the console and having all the, but whatever. We did without that. Without
yeah,
that whole console, you still had cup holders. You still had all this.
yeah,
But if you needed to seat 6 people, you could do so, and it was far more comfortable than shoving two grown adults in the very far back of an Explorer getting hot and
yeah,
toasty.
yeah.
You know?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was there any like reasons they took that third front seat away? Is it because a safety reason? Do you possibly
I
know?
don't think so.
Because I
I
could
don't
see
think
it
so.
being a safety
Well,
thing, right?
no, I mean,
No
prime example.
airbag, right? You
My
know?
2015 F-150, 6 seats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the center folds up in two.
so yeah, they should
Yeah,
implement that more. I feel like
exactly.
it, more homey. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's good and bad things about it. I could see why some people aren't doing it, but I could see it working very well in certain
and
cars.
in the EVs,
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great
Oh
idea.
man,
I think
absolutely.
it'd be great. And
Especially,
you can
yeah.
kind of work around it being a seat, right? Chevy,
Hmm.
Ford, all these guys.
Put it
It's a
up and down.
console.
Yeah.
I mean, why not just EVs especially? You don't have the transmission tunnel. So it's not like, oh, I have to configure that. No, it's a flat bottom car. Just put an extra seat there. So, oh yeah, I need to haul an extra person.
Yeah.
I need to take one of the extra kids home from my son's soccer
Yeah.
practice. Whatever, throw them in there.
Get him up in there.
You
Hey,
can fit them.
EV car manufacturers, let's implement that again. You have no reason not to.
Musk
You know?
ain't gonna do it, but
Yeah. No.
maybe
It's
as Ford continues to do EVs and things like that.
yeah.
Because as far as I know, the Lightning you can't get that. Lightning is
Mm,
mandatory center console,
mm,
and it just fix it. Do better.
absolutely.
Do better.
Um, do you have another model of something that you're looking forward to, or something that is
One that and it's not a huge model change. It's not like a super big deal, whatever.
yeah,
But I am excited for one thing particular on the Mustang, the
uh,
2024 Mustang
Raptor?
Raptor.
Yeah, I seen something
Mustang
about it.
Raptor?
I seen something about yeah, dude, crazy. Let me show you.
No,
Yeah, dude.
get that. That's clickbait.
You think
But no, the 2024 Mustang, the
crazy? Let me show you.
no,
Yeah, dude.
get that. That's clickbait.
You think?
But no, the 2024 Mustang, the new color. Oh God, no! Get that out of here. Ford won't really make that. And 2026 are probably going to discontinue the Mustang anyway because ICE engines are going to be gone.
Yeah, oh no.
Thanks Biden. The Dark Horse.
Oh
The
man.
Dark Horse with not just any one though. That one with the unique color,
The
that
color.
ember, burnt
Ooh,
ember, or whatever that
I
color
love
is.
that.
It's a modern Mistachrome. It's only
I've
available
heard
on one
that.
model. It's just
And
like the
and not just any. It has to be a certain trim level too
well,
to get that.
I mean the 2024 Mustang Dark Horse.
Hmm.
It has to be the Dark Horse
Yep.
trim to get this new like burnt ember color.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't. I can Google what the color is. It's just I know it's something ember. And last I checked, you couldn't build one for it. This was like a month ago. You couldn't
Hmm.
even build it on Ford's spec yet.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But
Just
that new
building
ember
excitement
color,
for it.
it's a Mistachrome design, bro. It's
Yeah.
it's
They're like a kind of like a holographic shiny
exactly.
Pokemon card you see on the street. Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I
No,
always wanted
I
to
respect
paint.
it.
I always wanted to paint an older truck Mistachrome, like get a
Yeah.
Lightning and do it Mistachrome.
Isn't that
Just
illegal? That's
so it's not illegal. Ford owns everything about the color, right?
yeah,
You can
yeah,
get something close, or you can get a
mm,
vinyl wrap that's close,
yeah,
but the actual color itself, Ford is like super controlling.
yeah.
But there were rumors of how to get Mistachrome, and the only ways to get it was you
Applying it,
had to go through
right?
Ford,
Hmm.
and Ford would send a person out to that dealership that's painting it with paint, and he would account for every ounce of the paint. You can only paint
Wow,
when he's there. He takes the paint with him when he leaves.
wow.
It was yeah.
Like white glove service for this
Hmm.
paint. And
But
yeah,
interesting point. Ford did paint something very recently, Mistachrome.
was the new GT?
It was a Ford GT.
Hmm.
Guy special, not a special order, but he reached out especially to Ford and said, "Hey, I want a Ford GT, but I want a Mistachrome."
Mm.
And Ford said, "Okay." And I think it was like you know 50,000, something like that, to paint it Mistachrome,
Yeah,
or pay us 100,000. And I might be exaggerating numbers, I could be off,
probably.
but pay us 100,000, and we'll only paint yours Mistachrome. We won't do it for anybody else.
And what did he do? What did he do?
Of course he
They
said,
said I want
bro.
the 100,000.
He said, give me that 100,000, because in all reality, he'll make that back. It's the
Yeah.
only factory painted
Wow.
Mistachrome car since 0304.
He just got plugged, bro.
Yeah,
Now that car is
yeah.
essentially rare.
Can you imagine Ford gives you an offer like that? Obviously, you're paying
Yeah.
200 grand for a car
Yeah.
anyway, and you're like, resale value just went
Ooh,
up.
through the roof.
Because the moment they find out you could do that, guys are going to start reaching out to Ford. Oh, let me
Yeah.
get a Raptor, Mr.
Yeah.
Chrome. Let me get this, Mr.
Hmm.
Chrome. No, no, no. Ford's like, We'll do it for you and you alone, but you got to pay us a surcharge.
Dodge Charger EV feels soulless. It feels very kind of like.
Have you heard the sounds it makes?
I bet it's gay.
Here, give a 10-second break. We're gonna put the sound in right here. With a little clip of it.
Fucking garbage.
I told you it sounds gay.
Oh my god.
I told you it sounds fucking awful, dude. You haven't heard it yet, but when you hear it, it's imagine putting a V8 sound through a synthesizer.
Oh.
It sounds like shit, bro. It sounds like something. There was a movie. Now plug me on this. There was a movie where Vince Vaughn did. It was like a stupid love story. I don't know. My wife wanted to watch it. Whatever, right? But Vince Vaughn was a designer of EV cars, and he was taking old Mopar products and making them EV, and he's sitting there fucking tweaking with the sound and shit, like the montage of like the breakup and finding out he actually loves the girl that he hooked up with somebody else or some bullshit like that. He's making an old school Challenger in EV, and he's putting the sounds to it just like you would get V8 rumble out of a car and all this. And I'm like, this was like a movie from like 2010, 2011, 2012, something like that.
Wow.
And I'm like, damn, the fact that that became the truth, Vince Vaughn is a fucking mind reader, bro.
It's
or
like
a time traveler.
Yeah, bro. Not excited about the EV of muscle cars. Absolutely not.
I mean, EVs have their place, but they have their limitations as well. Like, I mean, we're in the Bay. We're in literally the home of EVs, right? Everyone, my neighbor has a Tesla. Yeah. My other neighbor has a Tesla. Down the street, I said in the last video, down the street, there's a guy with the e-tron. He just bought another one.
That's the future of things, right? Give it a little background.
The newer Toyota Corolla. Just anybody with that doesn't give a shit about cars.
Absolutely. Well,
what do we got next?
We're already talking shit. Let's dive right into it and talk a little trash about a couple of things that we are very opinionated on. And you brought it up a little bit, and I'm saving my thoughts on it because
I knew that this would upset you.
It struck a nerve. So,
the new BMWs. The new grill, right? Everybody's talked about it, right? We're late to the party. Whatever. We just started doing this, but
and I can agree on this point. That's the only part I can agree on.
It's fucking dog shit.
They're getting obnoxious with the grills, right?
They look like a fucking pig snout. How bad does it have to get, bro? The whole front of your car is a fucking grill. And it's useless because I'm sure they have shutters and shit like that, like the Fords do. Why the fuck did you do that? And you notice they're immediately realizing that it's fucking ugly looking. The only people that are buying them are lease customers, right? They're going to wind up with a bunch of fucking shit resale value BMWs. These are going to be cheap in the next couple years. If you could put up with the ugly ass front end, they're going to be cheap.
Well, I don't know about that. Well, because I love BMWs. I feel like I can talk a little bit shit here. They charging for things that should be included in the car for free.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bro.
Fuck, don't give me
bullshit.
Oh yeah, you want access to your seat heaters that you paid a fucking upcharge for,
bro?
$5.99.
You want access to your fucking heads-up display? Oh, $5.99. Like what the fuck?
And here's the funny part: do they think people aren't gonna hack that shit?
I mean, yeah, they
come on, we're in the fucking Bay. Everybody's like, oh, you gotta have a foreign. You gotta. Man, these motherfuckers, we jailbreak any fucking device we get within the first year. Do you think they're not going to jailbreak your fucking Beamers? What are you going to do, void the fucking warranty?
Happening. Yeah.
I mean, Magnus and Mossack, fucking void that shit. Fuck off.
Well, the main thing that we're going to disagree on is you mentioned that they're getting ugly, right? The designs of them are getting ugly.
BMWs?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about that already.
Well, there's a piece of it, the grills. I think that's separate from the overall design.
The back end
aspect.
Like shit. The whole car, like the new 7 Series, bro.
Don't make me change positions. You bring up very valid points. I can respect.
I can hate a generation of Ford. I hate early 80s Fords. Yeah. Early 80s Fords were shit. right? What? The Ford. I can't remember. The whole coverage of the late 70s, early 80s Ford sedans. They're all ass.
Oh,
Mustang
oh,
2's
Lexus,
ass, bro.
the Focus and shit.
No, it
No,
wasn't the
oh,
Focus. The
what?
Focus came out
Later. Okay,
in like 99 or something, or 2000, I
okay.
think. But it's like the Ford Granadas, all that shit. There's a reason nobody talks about them, bro. Fairmonts. That's what I'm thinking of. Sleeper Dude 88. I love his videos, right? He has like on Fairmonts, Fairmont wagon, Fairmont this. Love the guy, big Ford head, right?
Yeah.
Fairmonts are ugly as shit. The only benefit to them is they came with 5 liters. That's
Yeah.
it. A smaller car with a 5 liter. Emissions restricted as fuck, but still, right? Those are ugly. That was a bad part of Ford's heyday. A lot of early 2000 stuff. Bad part of Ford's heyday, like the Windstars and a lot of this shit of that generation was just blech.
Yeah, I can agree. And taking this stance, right, on BMW, I love all the older generation BMWs. I love some of the what was it? Some of the G bodies, some of the newer ones, right? Like the 3 Series looks good. 5 Series looks good. Some of this the
Are you
X3s are
talking
cool.
brand new?
The brand new ones, yeah, the G bodies, and then when you get to the sedan, the SUVs, some of them X3s are
The
cool.
what is it? The M3 and the M5 are the only ones that look good because the grill is not over exaggerated.
Yeah, I like the taillights. I like the body lines of the cars. Um, and we're just talking about exterior, right? Designs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Interior is always going to be
they're very
up for debate
luxurious.
because
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, interior it's back and forth, right? Sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's whatever, right? Nothing is interior changes every couple years, so
yeah,
it's whatever,
yeah.
right? I can
And
put up with that.
you can customize it, right? Like
I mean,
to
like dash and shit like that's
yeah,
going to be
yeah,
all mandatory, but nonetheless, their designs on interior, whatever,
yeah.
right? Car's a car in that aspect, right? Interiors are just something you have to suffer with.
Hmm.
But exterior design, bro,
Not much you can do about it.
they're ugly. There's stuff you could do about it. I'm sure
Just
there's
not
gonna
buy
be.
a
I'm
BMW.
sure there's gonna be companies out there like like back in the day you had Veilside making really out of the fucking box body kits. Somebody's gonna make kits to change that fucking grill. Somebody has to, bro. Early 2010s Lincolns,
Hmm.
right? The early MKZ or the MKS and the Navigators, right? That weird like beak that they put
Yeah,
on all of them
yeah,
because they were doing like this bird design. Obviously didn't play out,
yeah.
right? They don't have those anymore. But same thing. It's ugly. That's why their sales were shit.
Mm.
I think it's going to go through a section
I
of their
can
sales being shit. The only people that are going to buy them are people that are like, well, it's a fucking
leasing.
foreign.
Hmm.
It's a Beamer.
Yeah.
That like are accepting the discount in the fact that it's ugly.
We can agree to disagree that there's good
Yeah.
things and bad things, and
And I mean,
majority of it is bad. So,
that's cool. I disagree with a lot of people on shit, but
yeah,
see how we're not getting butthurt?
but let's keep rolling through it, man. Um, luxury trucks, good, bad,
I like the idea of luxury trucks.
dude. I think it's underrated as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, I mean, here's the thing. Trucks have become more than just like, oh, I need to go to work, I need to have a pickup truck.
yeah,
Like, I daily drive a pickup truck, and having a little bit of extra luxury,
yeah.
I'll pay more for a
You'll
truck.
opt for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the Lincoln Mark LT, right? The older generation, right? They discontinued it because in all reality it was just cutting into their shares of the F-150.
hmm,
But that's because they weren't doing enough to separate the two. Let's separate the F-150 from say a Lincoln, call it the new Blackwood,
yeah,
right? Bring back that name because that was a very unique truck. The only problem was the bed was not usable.
yeah.
Otherwise, I think it would. Yeah, it was fake, bro. It
Really?
had. We'll put some pictures up, but it had these double doors instead of like a regular tailgate. It had these double doors that come out like that, and it had a electric tonneau cover that was not removable. Well, not easily removable.
Wow. So you're limited to this much space.
And then the worst part, the inside bolstered out like this and limited how much bed you had. And then it was all carpet and like raw aluminum.
Wow.
So
That's
it's not just like, oh yeah, let's go.
Home Depot and
Yeah, let's
load
go to
up a
Home
bunch of
Depot
two
and
by 4.
yeah, put some wood in the back. No, you're not gonna do that with that truck.
Yeah,
And then what are you gonna do? Leave the fucking barn doors wide open
yeah.
or swing outs wide open?
That
No.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean
Th-
it's terrible.
there was a lot of opportunity for a
And
space.
there definitely was. And Mexico
Mm.
reaped the reward of that because the Mark LT out there We only got it from, I think, '05 or '04 to '07 here, or '08. '08, sorry, I'm thinking diesel.
It's still not a big span of time.
But up to '08,
Mhm.
we got the Mark LT, which was a luxury F-150. Mexico got it until 14.
Wow.
Mexico had it all the way up to the next generation. So, I mean, you could get a Mark LT with an EcoBoost.
That's pretty dope, bro.
But same thing down there. I mean, that's a luxury truck.
Yeah.
Is it really separated from the F-150? No.
No.
But if you did that down here, you would have to make it more Navigator,
Mhm.
right? Do your interior Navigator, do your back seats Navigator, do it up like that, and then give it a maybe redesigned but functional F-150
Yeah.
bed.
I think another market that would benefit from a luxury truck would maybe be the Lexus. Instead of a fucking Tundra, a very nice
That's a very valid. I
Lexus.
never
You know what I'm
considered
saying?
that. Yeah.
I just thought
Well, the
because
Lexus GX fucking
there's an SUV.
470, whatever, the
Yeah.
big ass, the Land Cruiser in
Yeah.
Lexus, that does extremely well.
Yeah. It's making it a truck.
Yeah.
Right?
Hell
Have some
yeah.
actual compatibility to haul shit
Yeah.
and seat comfortably your 5-6 people.
Absolutely.
Right?
And
I think.
I think you reap some reward of it too,
Ooh.
right?
Ooh.
Bring back the Cadillac Escalade EXP, or the
Yeah.
truck,
Yeah.
right? Like the Avalanche, right?
Mhm.
Those sold well.
Yeah.
For good reason.
Yeah.
And I think that actually is a perfect transition into our next segment.
Let's get to it. Which is cars that are definitely drug dealer cars, right?
Absolutely.
Like everyone thinks this when they see certain cars, and they're like, "Oh, that person's
That's a drug dealer."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in all reality, it might just be a soccer mom, just
Well, I
getting
mean,
to
I'll
and
hit you
from.
with one. My dad's an old retired biker, right?
Uh-huh.
He bought a 2001 Expedition on 24s, right? All
Yeah.
black, fresh paint, looked wet as hell.
Mm.
Had, I think, 10% tint all the way around,
Damn. Okay.
and it
Yeah.
was on chrome 24s.
Yeah. That's.
And my dad pulls up first time I'm seeing it, he's like, "Oh yeah, I got this for a good deal." And I'm looking at him like,
Are you selling drugs?
"Brother, that's." And when they moved back to Alabama, they drove that back there. And
Yeah.
first
How many
thing my
times did you get
cousin,
pulled over?
well,
None.
I think they got pulled over once or twice. I got
Yeah.
pulled over in it twice
Yeah.
back there. I was
See.
like, whatever, bro. But first thing they get back there, my cousin in her raspy ass voice, she goes, "Oh, Uncle Wes, you got a drug dealer's truck." And I'm
Yeah.
like, fucking shut. But I'm like, bro, why did you buy that?
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, come
Well-
on, man. My
well-
dad's always had pickups and things. That's where I get it from. But drug dealer cars are it's a part of the culture in and of itself.
Absolutely.
Let's do the past, present, future drug
Let's
cars.
jump into it.
I think synonymous with a past drug dealer car.
This is the breach.
One for each.
I just want to conserve time.
Let's do one each for each.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
just split
perfect.
them out.
Yep.
Buick LeSabre
Mm.
for the past.
I want to say any box Chevy, like any.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
a Caprice.
Yeah,
Mhm,
exactly.
I see it.
Caprice, Impala. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Current drug dealer car.
Current, anything Dodge.
We only need one. Anything Dodge. V6 Chargers, V6 Challengers with that same thing, talking shit about the G37. Fucking
Those
open
guys.
exhaust, just as it takes off down the road. It's like your fucking dog shit, 300 horse, 7,000
Yeah.
pound fucking Challenger is still dog shit. Yeah,
Fuck, bro.
absolutely. Future.
You didn't get a current one, or is it?
Oh no, I
G37?
agree
No.
100%. Dodge, bro. Dodge products.
all the way.
All the way. Unless you're talking like maybe a Malibu or like a modern Impala. Those
yeah.
could be, but
Yeah.
future.
Future. So things that we could see being a drug dealer car of the future. Give me one. I need a little ponder for a minute.
It's hard to say because I mean, looking at it right now, what is even on the market to be considered a drug dealer car? We don't know.
Well, I think
What's the status?
Well, the mindset of a drug dealer, you want to stay as incognito as possible, but also have the comfort of staying almost invisible, right? So it's gonna be tinted, and it's gonna be a black vehicle, right? I think
And
EVs,
kind of inconspicuous, Will.
I think the EVs might actually help a little bit, right? If they're quiet, not making too much fucking noise, you
like
get
a Model 3. Tesla Model 3.
That's like a Silicon Valley drug dealer.
Yeah, that's the
Come get your Adderall.
$40 a gram.
Exactly.
He gets out
so I
wearing a
could,
fucking tucked in polo and some fucking chinos. Fuck that shit. And some
man,
leather shoes.
and they're still making more than us.
Yeah,
Like fuck.
fucking pricks.
But
Whatever.
Tesla kind of falls into current. So future, maybe it's hard to say, man. Maybe
I'm gonna throw one out there. That
ooh,
new Buick Envision or whatever the fuck.
throw it up because I haven't.
We'll put a picture of it.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be the next drug dealer car.
anything
I think
Buick.
that's
The Buick name is synonymous with drug dealers.
absolutely
Yeah.
Buick LeSabre, Park Aves.
So I could see that.
Yeah.
One that I might have to say would be the new Nissan Maxima.
Mhm.
It's cheap,
Yeah.
Nissan, right? And just a
Already
shitty
got that
vehicle.
Altima energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the last tidbit before we start talking about what's going on with our podcast, car culture highlight that we're trying to give out. That we're trying to just something that we like in the car community that
We
isn't
just want
so
to shine a light onto it.
exactly
Give you guys the experience to see it and find your niche, you
exactly.
know.
If you weren't aware of it before, there's a very cool car community surrounding the Panther platform, and they go by the Panther Mafia. Very dope group of people, man. I even know the founder of the group. He's a local cat, and he has one of the baddest Crown Vics I've ever fucking seen. I was like, holy shit! I didn't even think it was a Crown Vic when I first seen it. I might have to throw it up. But yeah, his car's super badass. He had speakers in the grill, just things that you would find obnoxious on a normal any other kind of car. But they made it done right. So the whole car club, the whole community of the Panther Mafia.
And Panther's a lot more than Crown Vics
Exactly.
and all that.
Well,
Crown
mhm.
Vics, Town
Mhm.
Cars, Mercury Marauders, and
Ooh.
Grand
Yep.
Marquis.
Yep.
Right, Mustangs were considered Panther platform
Yeah.
for a few
Yeah.
years. You've got a wide variety of things within that Panther platform.
And so what I think is really cool about them is that they're super inclusive in their community. And like we're talking about the van culture last episode, it's something that is easily obtainable.
Yeah,
Easily
it's
obtainable.
something you can find a retired cop car on Craigslist all day. 3 grand, 4 grand. I mean, and
Auctions too.
my
Yeah.
thing is too though, it's an affordable car
Hmm.
and it's good for a daily driver if you're not commuting, in the
And
heat of it.
and you could get the power output that you're looking
Yeah.
for. Like they're
And back to one of our previous points, unless you're talking about the Marauder, like the
mhm.
Crown Vic LX Sport, whatever,
Yeah.
it's seat 6.
Yeah.
You can
Dude,
fit 6 people in that. You can go to parties. You can take trips. All that might not be the most comfortable for trips,
yeah.
but five's cool for trips. But
Badass car community, Panther
V8,
Mafia.
rear
Yeah.
wheel drive,
Hmm.
cool stuff.
Um, yeah, super dope people.
Hmm.
Check them out. I'm probably gonna tag them, shout them out. Show them some love. Check them out, cause yeah, man, there's only so much a car club can do, but what they've been doing, they've been bringing so much innovation to the car community space. They're really
Hmm.
making it seem possible for a small town person with a fucking a beat up Vic to feel included in the car community.
Exactly,
Um,
yeah.
so
And you don't
that's
have to do much. These guys will put you on game.
with that being said, we're gonna kind of wrap it up a little bit.
Yeah. Going to give you a final note
Yeah,
of how the podcast is coming along, what
yeah,
kind of stuff we're doing,
behind the scenes
be
and
innovative, and
yeah, and our end goals.
yeah.
Um. So
So
yeah,
we came up with a new logo.
yeah,
Shout out to my man Will over here.
you know,
We were looking through some things, trying to think what to do, and we're like Auto Chronicles,
yeah,
and somehow I got the idea just typing in like Chronicles logo, right? To
yeah, yeah.
see because I knew I had something in mind.
Newspaper. So
We're an auto news,
yeah,
right?
we're,
Chronicles
we're
like the
bringing you
SF
game and
Chronicle,
mhm,
Northwest Chronicle,
yeah,
all that stuff. It's a newspaper.
exactly.
And so, Will, check out our logo. You'll see it
Throw
up
it up.
there.
There'll be different variations of it.
Yeah, there'll be iterations,
Hmm.
different transitions, things like that. All work in progress,
Yeah,
but newspaper.
yeah.
I love it.
And yes, the main thing that we're going through with this channel is we're trying to find what works for us and our niche in this massive industry of the automotive culture and information, right? So entertainment, all fun and games. But yeah, man.
Sorry, I just think
No,
we're about to
we're
cut
good.
out.
So with that being said, just keep a lookout for us. Ring that bell.
Check
Give
us
us
out.
yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that. We'll tag it
We're all
below.
there now. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is episode 2 of the Auto Chronicles.
Appreciate you.